Man does not live in a sleeping bag alone. He's also got to have something under his butt. So let's talk about sleeping pads. Um, Sleeping pads make your life more comfortable, but they also keep you warmer at night, keep your butt warm. And to me, it's all about comfort. A sleeping bag won't cut it by itself. Um, the the filling of the sleeping bag is the loft, and when you lay on top of it, it compresses. Um, and when you compress it, there's no air, which is the insulation itself, along with the loft. So it's not doing its job. It needs the air. That's why your top is warm, but your butt's cold. Doesn't matter if you're sleeping in a hammock, a tent, a cot, the ground, back seat of your car, your sofa. Okay, your sofa's probably going to be warm, but you get the idea. You need that loft, so a sleeping bag gives you that extra bit of warmth. There's three kinds. There's the air mattresses, self-inflating mattresses, and closed foam. And this is just a basic precursor to camping with an air mattress. So you experienced guys don't get your nose out of joint. I'm talking to beginners like we all were once, and sometimes it's just all so complicated. We make it complicated. It's not really. There's also the air mattresses, the big things that you blow up and they gradually lose air, and you wake up in the morning laying on the ground or in the middle of the night, and you have to pump it back up. And I gave up on those a long time ago. They're big. They're okay for car camping, but they are gonna lose air, and I found better ways to sleep at night. So let's forget those. And they're also, because it's just air, they don't really provide much insulation. So we'll move on. Enough. Air pads. Let's talk about air pads. They're like the raft you use at the beach or in the swimming pool, which those might give you a little comfort if you're easily comforted, but they don't provide any insulation at all. But there's better ones out there, and you can pay a lot for one, depending on how compact you want it to be and how insulated you want it to be. You can get them fairly cheap too, starting about $20, give or take, for a usable one. They pack down really small, so they're great for backpacking. Some are larger and more suited for car camping. And when I say car camping, that means you load everything in a vehicle and go somewhere and set up a tent or pop up or whatever, and space is not a concern. You can blow those up the old-fashioned way. But these days, several of my bags have schnozzle bags, which you gather up air in them and squeeze. They have nozzles, and they attach to a pad, and you squeeze the air in, and that's much easier than blowing up the old-fashioned way. Besides that, you get moisture from your breath, and it can create mold inside, and make your pad deteriorate more quickly. If you've got a really expensive one, a $200 X-Ped or something, then yeah, you want to take care of it and not fill it with all that breath. $20 one, it's not going to last that long anyway, so don't worry about it. But the schnozzle bag, some of them have foot pumps built in now. I haven't tried those. They're battery operated pumps. The air beds have the battery operated. They have some pumps that are really small now, like this big, tiny. And I plan on getting one of those mini minis. Not so much for inflating, but for deflating. Even my self-inflating pads, when it's time to squeeze all the air out, it can be a pain in the butt. So, like I said, I plan on getting a mini pump just for deflating. Some of the air pads are noisy. They crinkle like a cat's toy. Or if you have a cat, you may have a tunnel for them to play in, and they love that crinkly sound. Even if you don't have a cat, it still loves that crinkly sound from the tunnel. Get your cat a tunnel. Not everyone can sleep through every time you roll over, it crinkles and makes noise. That's something to keep in mind if you're shopping. Look for the crinkle. We have a pair of self-inflating pads from Cuomo Top, and we love them. They're large and bulky. They don't pack down at all. There's memory foam inside, so instead of just regular foam, all self-inflating pads have a foam inside that expands when you open the valve. For me, the comfort is at the top of the list. I can't sleep on the ground anymore, or on something uncomfortable. I got to be comfortable. So we love our Cuomo Tops. That's Qomotop. No U. There's no U in Cuomo Top. But we love those. They're smaller ones. Most of them are smaller than ours, but they're not. None of them are going to be as compact as a regular air pad. They are for me, the by far the most comfort, and that's where we go now. The thicker the better. These are like 4 inches thick with the memory foam, so they're awesome. Closed cell foams are the cheapest you can get. They're lightweight. You don't have to worry about puncturing them, your dog jumping up and down, or your cat being mad at you for not buying a crinkle tunnel and clawing it. But they're not that much, not very comfortable. They're just foam. They're good for putting underneath an air pad, and that gives you an extra layer of insulation. So that increases your R value. R value, you say? Okay, let's talk about R value. Sorry, I got my dog excited. R value measures the insulation value, and the higher the better. Our Cuomo tops are about, I believe they're 9.5, and 10 is the max. So as you can see, we keep warm, no matter how cold it gets. That doesn't mean that you get too hot. We can be in the middle of summer sleeping on these, and it doesn't make a difference. So once the temperature gets below 70 or something, you want something with at least an R2 to keep you warm, because that cold air on your butt just ain't no fun. And then the colder you plan on camping, the more R value you want. We sleep on cots, and even cots, or especially cots, there's nothing underneath to block the air, so it's the same as sleeping on the ground almost, or worse. You need something under you to protect your backside, or your side if you're a side sleeper, or your tummy if you're a tummy sleeper. Anyway, the self-inflating mattresses are perfect on our cots. And honestly, the cot itself is too firm. It's like sleeping on a rock. So that padding gives me something else, some more comfort. Generally speaking, the more compact they are when you roll them up, the more expensive they're going to be, generally speaking. You're probably going to want a surface that your sleeping bag won't slip off of. The surface of your particular pad should have some kind of either flock or something that's not slippery. Otherwise, you wake up at 2 in the morning and your feet are hanging off, or your head's hanging off the other end because you slid down in your sleep. I've read that people have taken silicone caulking and put little silicone dots on their air pads. I haven't tried it, but they swear it works. It's worth a shot. It's a cheap way to keep you on your bed. Some sleeping bags have a sleeve that your air pad slips into. That makes sure you stay in place. I don't have one like that. I've learned that I'm more comfortable that if I don't completely fill the pad with air. In the old days, I had self-inflating pads, and I'd let them inflate, and then I'd add more, and get them all puffed up. It took me a long, long time to figure out how stupid that was. You just let the self-inflating ones air up on their own, and that's good. Stop there, there's a little bit of give. It's like having a firm mattress as opposed to a soft mattress or medium. With an air pad, blow it up a little, or blow it up and then let just a little bit out. Um, that's just me. Some people prefer firm mattress or firm bed. I like soft. Give me a down mattress with memory foam on top of that. Um, anyway, these are the basics of sleeping pads. It's not all inclusive. It's just to simplify things, hopefully for you. Um, the things to look for as you're shopping are weight, bulk, comfort, insulation, and price. Um, you want to get the best bang for the least amount of money, of course. Um, if money were no object, you're still going to look at the other pieces to the puzzle. Weight and bulk are important if you're hiking or motorcycle camping. I actually don't worry about the bulk. I just strap everything, and I may look like a cargo ship going down the road, but by golly, I'm comfy when I sleep. So the insulation value, really keep that in mind. And for me, number one by far is the comfort. So that's it. Hopefully I helped you a little bit, and maybe we'll see you at the campground. See you later. Bye!